There are a lot of videos about how to remove RV decals, but to find one that takes them off of aluminum siding, not so much. Until today. We're going to talk about that and some other projects. Let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. I'm Orlene. Gary's got a busy day at church today. You'll see him later in the video. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Hope you subscribe by hitting that red button down below. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Just to get you caught up on things a little bit in case you missed it, Gary is a retired pastor, and occasionally he fills in at a vacancy and unretires for a while, and that is the case right now. We are in northern Nevada, and we've been here since the beginning of February. Right now, I'm in our tiny house, but we're not living in it right now. We've been living in this since August of 2017. We live in 180 square feet and we love it. But right now, because it's cold here at night and snowstorms keep popping up every once in a while, about every 7 days, we are staying in an apartment that the church provided for the vacancy pastors. But we are truly blessed because we can have our home parked right next to the apartment. It's a standalone apartment, so we're on private property and we can do some projects. One of the things is removing RV decals. A little update on our vinyl click and lock plank flooring that we put in a year ago, and some other projects. So let's get going. Working on the decals again, little by little. This time we actually bought our own heat gun, so we don't have to be relying on other people to loan us one. Sometimes it comes off really easy in like large strips, and other times...
Most of the time not.
No. When we were in Texas, just fooling around talking with somebody one day, picked off almost all of this with just our fingernails. That was weird. But it doesn't come off that easy for the rest of them. So I'm going to have to remove the whole rest of that burgundy strip. And I'm going to get the bird off, the Jayco bird. Nothing against Jayco, just don't want the bird. I'm going to get off that brittle logo. Jayco bird up there. Gary did get the one swish off. So this is the little razor blade thing that we use. It's a plastic razor blade, but it's much stiffer, harder, and it doesn't get, the ends don't get all chewed up on it when you're working with it. Just kind of heat it up with the heat gun, and then you can peel some of it, and then sometimes you have to take the razor blade to get the rest off. We started the project last year, and then just whenever we have a chance and we have somebody with a heat gun that we can borrow. That was a real difficult one to get off. Then we have this side. We have all of this to do. Last year, when I had a heat gun, I got this part off the doors anyway. We gotta do all this yet. I'm not looking forward to this because this color was really difficult to get off last year on the other side. And then that one. They make it look so easy on YouTube, but it's not. They do it in fast motion. And the majority of them are doing them on fiberglass. We're thinking that makes a big difference too. This is aluminum, and we don't want to damage the paint. And we're just thinking that the aluminum is just a very different surface to be taking decals off. From everything we've seen on YouTube, there are several ways that you can take RV decals off. But most of them are for fiberglass. One way is the heat gun and the plastic scraper. That seems to be the way that most people do it. The caution is to make sure you don't have your heat gun too hot or that you hold it on the decal too long. We've seen where some people are actually scorched the paint on their RV because they had it on too long. Some people use a drill and a sand disc to take it off. But on an aluminum siding, from everything we've read, it will also take the paint off. And those are people that are going to repaint the whole thing. We're not doing that. So we have to be very careful not to get the paint damaged. So the only way we can do it, according to the RV manufacturer and according to RV forums and everything else that we've looked at, is with the heat gun and the plastic scraper. Tedious, but will be worth it when it's done. That's a nice big piece.
Yeah, somebody had an idea to take the arm off so it could get better grip on it. It seems to have helped.
Well, I'm good. I'm glad for something.
I'm good you're glad too.
I'm glad I'm good for something. Okay, yeah. But Gary was pointing out how on a fiberglass it's all flat, and on this you've got so many little ridges in it, and it's just a lot harder. In fact, even these stripes, this one has 3 ridges, this one's got 5, this one's got 2, so that's why this one probably came off so much easier, because it was just the one. Burgundy was done up into about here already, the gold to here, and then the gold and the burgundy from here over to here. And that took me about 45 minutes. Yeah, got a long ways to go here. It's therapeutic, very therapeutic. I'm just gonna use some Goo Gone and wipe off the residue that's been left behind. That works pretty good. I think most of the adhesive comes off with the decals because the Goo Gone is doing a pretty good job. And I've seen on YouTube that a lot of people don't think it works very well, but it's been working pretty good for us. So we're gonna try out our theory here, if it comes off easier off of fiberglass. The door is fiberglass.
It's been that already, hasn't it?
So what do you think? Is it coming off easier?
Yeah.
Definitely. Aha! Okay, people who make your how to remove decals off of an RV that have fiberglass RVs and make it look so easy. Newsflash. It's different on aluminum. And there aren't enough aluminum YouTube videos on how to remove it that I've seen, that we've been able to find. Okay, they're all coming off the door. I have a plan for the door. Something fun and colorful. And that's all I'm gonna say. You're just gonna have to keep watching our channel so you know. That strip didn't even take 5 minutes. And yesterday it took me half an hour to do a strip that long, at least that long, on the aluminum. Okay, I'll do the door. I'll do the rest of the door and you can do the aluminum. How's that sound like a deal?
That is a deal.
And the door is done. All 5 stripes came off in about half an hour. And it's gonna need to be sanded before I do the next thing to it. I'm going to take you inside our house and show you some things we're going to be doing, some projects we're going to be doing as long as we're here. Don't mind the mess. I'll explain in a minute why it looks the way it does. Oh, it looks really messy, but it's a small space. Remember that. That's one of the reasons why I try to keep it picked up. All right, we've had the covering on here flipped up so that if the furnace were to kick in at night, because our furnace is underneath there, so we need to keep that pretty open. So that's why that's flipped up. We've been using the space heater at night on the colder nights, and it's still getting cold here at night. We have fans running usually during the day and at night, just circulating the air around. The refrigerator was cleaned out, as if you maybe remember seeing the other video that we did. We took everything out. It's all in the apartment. And so this has been cleaned out, defrosted, everything. And we're just waiting to move back in, and it'll be ready to go when we do. We're not latching it all the way. This one does not have the catch on it that our old one did. So I don't know. We're just, there should be something that allows air to move in there. And we don't have that on this refrigerator. $1,700 refrigerator. $1,900 with tax. But do you like our cover? For the longest time, we had just the foil that was on it. Because for $200 more, we could have gotten a shiny black plastic, and we didn't want that. And so we went to Home Depot and we got a $20 sheet of this beadboard, and that slipped right in, and then the end caps go on and keep it in. And then we had some left over. So I'll show you what we did with that. We put some beadboard in the bathroom, and we added this cap to it, and I'm just loving it in here. This is open to keep air flowing underneath the sink to our little plastic pipes in there. But isn't that pretty? I love how it changed the looks in the bathroom here. But something happened. The toilet, and this sounds gross, but it's not, so listen to all the way through. The toilet has a valve that leaks right under here, and it's fresh water, random times. It's never a consistent time. It's never something we can count on. So we always had this little dish down here that had a paper towel in it, and that would catch drips if it dripped. Well, one time we didn't catch it in time, and some of that went out on the floor. It didn't hurt the floor any, but it did do some damage to the bottom corner down there. You see that? I'm very upset about that. And then over here too, it did it right down in here. It's dry. There's nothing, it just expanded that little bit and enough water went there, but it didn't do any damage to the floor. So what we're going to do is just take a little piece of baseboard of some kind to go over that and cover that up. Because the toilet has been doing this in the past and it's been a problem, Gary has changed the valves on it. He's fixed it with different parts, but it didn't fix the problem completely. It still happened randomly every once in a great while, enough to do damage to our new wainscoting. So we have a new toilet, and this one will be kind of neat because it has a foot pedal. So we don't have to reach down anymore like with this one. You have to reach over. The valves are on here. The one down here, the bottom one, that's just water. And the gray one is the flush, and you do them both together and you get the water and the flush at the same time. But it's in the back of the toilet. You always have to bend over to do it. And it's not really something that when somebody uses our restroom, our bathroom, they don't know what to do and they feel really awkward about asking and everything. So this will solve that. Just push your foot on the pump. We put our floor in a year ago. Our floor, our vinyl click and lock plank floor, has gotten a lot of views. That video has got like, I think 3,000 views or something on that, just that one video. So let me tell you, after we did that video, we were through the Pacific Northwest. We were in Minnesota during extreme, like 100-degree temperatures for almost a week, with 90% humidity and major severe thunderstorms going on. That whole, I mean, it was just a very, very hot, big hot spell, very high humidity. Floor was fine. Floor was fine through all of that. Then we were in the cold because we were in Wisconsin and it was October and the temperatures were starting to get down in the colder temperatures at night. Floor was fine. Then we went down to Texas. And on our way to Texas, at some point, we noticed this. The planks separated in this one section. No place else, just this one section. Then we had to leave our home behind for about 3 weeks. We were up in Wisconsin for Gary's brother when he had his illness. And when we came back, the crack had gone all the way across. We've tried pounding it back in. We've tried everything we can think of, but nothing's working. And the only thing we can do that the floor manufacturer said is, well, you could try to start at the other end and undo all the boards all the way over to here and redo it again. But what they told us to do is just to put some caulk on it. So I think that's what we're going to do. We don't know what caused it. We have no idea. We were on some very rough roads, but we had been on really rough roads before. So the only thing we're thinking that somebody suggested could be a possibility is that behind this drawer, under this bench seat, is a wheel well. And the wheel well goes all the way across to here. That's all wheel well. And he thought maybe it was because it was over the axle or something, and we hit, so like I said, we've been on some really rough roads. Maybe that's what did it. We don't know. While we were gone to Wisconsin, they had a very warm spell in Texas. And normally, when we're in very warm places, we'll open our vents on the ceiling to let the heat out. And the house was completely closed up. There was no hot air being released. Maybe that's what did it. We don't know. But it is a word of caution to you. We did have things cut the way they should be. Maybe we could have left a little more gap on the ends. We don't know. But it was only in that one spot out of the whole floor. Just that one spot. So we're going to put some caulking on it. And it will probably blend right in because there's a lot of white in the floor, as you can see. So I don't think it's even going to be something that'll be noticeable. And then we want to go around and we want to start caulking the rest of it. Cut away a little bit more in a few places just in case. And just get this finally finished with the caulking all the way around. Otherwise, the floor is holding up beautifully. We love it. It's been great. Very happy with it. I worked on it for close to an hour. And now Gary's been working on it for about 15 minutes. I thought this one would be easy. It'd be nice if RV manufacturers would give you a choice. Do you want decals or don't you? Some people would probably say definitely. And other people, probably quite a few people from what I've seen on YouTube, a lot of people would say, no thank you. I don't want decals on mine. I want to capture this last little bit coming off. Ta-da! Oh man. Well, I hope you liked that video and I hope it helped you with some ideas on some things where we'll be showing you the new door when that's finished and a couple other things as we go along here. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. After you subscribe, a little bell's going to pop up. Ring the bell and you'll be notified every time a new video comes up. Check out our Facebook page, Roads of Faith. And until next time, God bless.